Good morning, welcome to today's RC coffee chat, and I'm putting my hands around the mug because I'm really cold this morning. The frost is gone, but I've put on a few pounds because I've got two hoodies on. I'm really cold this morning, so if you see me shivering, you know why. Okay, on to today's topics. Yesterday was a flying day, and I did that many batteries, as we're about to find out. You'll find out about the Micro SkyHunter. It's absolutely bonkers. Oh yeah, I feel a bit cheated, and I'll get to that in a moment. We've had more RC royalty on the YouTube channel as well, and feature naming as well. So if you remember back, I think it was episode 64 when I went through the naming conventions for one of the flying sites. That went really well. We'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, yesterday was a flying day. And let's just do a quick countdown of the used battery bag. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Fat Shark. So it was 10 batteries. I did me Fat Shark goggles. Ooh. And a run cam. I flattened. And, oh, I have an accessory. Her wing has been clipped. I'll get that out in a later episode. I got so much video footage yesterday. It's unreal. We were having 15-minute flights with her, and wow, darting in and out of the trees. And I know some people have mentioned on comments on the channel about the Micro SkyHunter about it having tail wag. Now mine's nose heavy. It's probably because I got the run cam out on the front, but mine's running nose heavy. That's why she doesn't fly inverted very well at all. But it does track. Even Dave commented on it as well. It really does track straight in the sky. It does feel like you're flying on rails. It's very peculiar. I think it's the double tail fin at the back which is helping with that. Well, you'll see we'll get to the Maiden in a second, but in the Maiden, just look how well she tracks in the sky. And Dave commented on it as well. It gave me a lot of confidence, and I did things in the Maiden which I've told you not to do, and you'll see what I end up doing. But I did feel that confident with the model, and I'd spent a lot of time, effort, and energy putting this one together, so I knew everything was good. And the second I saw her fly and what she was doing, I did get instant confidence with her, and do some very naughty manoeuvres with her. So let's put her over there out the way, and yeah, I'm going to need to glue that bit back on. And if you want to know why that bit fell off, there's a photograph in the Facebook group on why that bit fell off. I just didn't see it. So yeah, yesterday we did a lot of batteries and we had a lot of fun. Now we do have the Maiden video that has already been edited, but like, I don't. If you're new here, you might not know this, but with all the episodes of the video episodes where we got some flight timing and stuff like that, it always goes in the Facebook group first. So that's already been in there since last night. I will publish that later this evening. So in about 10 hours time, sorry, in about 12 hours time, something like that, the Maiden will go out. Now I also did go and fly her on 4S. And I'll put a link to the video which you can see on your screen right now. This is a recording which Dave did on the flight line, just to give you an idea on how fast she is on 4S. And, well, you're going to see what it's like in the goggles, as I can tell you. It's bonkers. So let's go and hit play. I might need to turn this down a touch. And where is she? Oh, here she comes. Yeah, she's that fast. Did you see it? Absolutely bonkers. So if you want a taster of what the Micro SkyHunter is like on 4S, I'll put a link to Dave's video in the video description for you. And it's easily over 100 miles an hour. Probably a lot more. It feels fast in the goggles. and it was very difficult to fly on 4S via FPV because I think it's because I got a thrust angle issue on the motor. She was always wanting to climb. So you'll see one piece when I come belt, that piece there actually, when I come belting it through all the way through. And then I just let her rise, do a roll, stall turn, bring her back down and around. Oh, and stall turns on the Micro SkyHunter. Wow. I really do think it's because of the double like rudder fins at the back, is because when it does kick over, it comes around so gracefully. That's only something which I've seen in a 3D model which I've got, is that when it does kick round, it does kick round really gracefully because it's got a huge rudder fin at the back. What else have we got? Yeah, so the maiden flight is in the Facebook group. The 4S flight, where you're actually on board with me doing that kind of speed. Wow. Okay. And by the way, I just want to just stress, right, there's a reason why I bought a premium FPV camera. Is because the days are getting darker here, the light's not very good, and the Runcam Owl Plus did absolutely fantastically well. That's the reason basically why I bought one. Okay, well, I've actually got 3 of them. Well, I've got 2 ones which work and 1 which is broken, which Banggood have been in touch and they're sending me a replacement. So that's happy days on that front. But yeah, do take a close look at the FPV footage, because the Mini Mobius, which I was carrying on that wing, just really couldn't cope with the lighting conditions at all. It did really badly, so I'm going to reserve judgment on the Mini Mobius for a while, and the reason being is because every time I goes a memory card, every time I go to program her, is that it just locks on with a blue light and it won't shut down. So I keep having to press the reset button at the back. So I don't know if something's wrong with it or something, but I just put it on there, hope for the best, and it did record, but it's not the best video footage which I've seen. So we'll reserve judgment until I can go and tweak the settings on it. Next topic. Yeah, I feel a bit cheated, to be frankly honest. So if you think back a couple of episodes to the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday PLA King sale, is that they had the full-size Skywalker on there. And I might be wrong on this, but I do believe it was something like 80, 90 quid. And now it's £62.58. And I saw it in their email this morning, and I was like, oh, that's on sale, is it? And I'm like, I always wanted one because the Mini Skywalker is an amazing model, and I've had so many flights with her just pottering around in the sky. It's absolutely amazing. It made me want a bigger one. But I do feel a little bit cheated on that one. I don't know if I'm right. Just in my head, I remember seeing it for for a higher price in their Cyber Monday sale. So, yeah, feel a bit cheated. Anyway, on the bright side to that, so let's get rid of PLA King. Is that on the bright side to that? By the way, those episodes really are ready to go out now, so they'll come out in the next couple of days or so. Is that, yeah. From the negative side, from PLA King's dire Cyber Monday sale on models, I went off and bought a Wombat from Team Legit instead. So I also think Team Legit have sent me another model as well. I did see a comment from them, and I've got a very good idea which one it is, and that would be classed as Happy Days. So it wasn't all bad from the Pants PLA King Cyber Monday sale. I had said in my head I could have bought 4 models. That's what I had stuck in my head. Those PLA King Cyber Monday sales were supposed to be epic, and we didn't get it. So I did feel a little bit cheated at the time, and then went off to and bought a very special model which is called the Wombat, which you saw me mention a couple of episodes ago, and I'm really looking forward to that one. And I think the guys over there have stuck another one in the box for review, in inverted commas. And I can tell you, it was a hard choice between the ones which were between the Wombat and the other one. So I'm I'm a very happy boy today because, yeah, I struggled to choose between the two, and I went for the Wombat, and they're sending me another one. So life can't get better at the moment, to be honest. Right, changing topic. There's only 2 left to go. More RC royalty on the channel. Elron. Anybody know who Elron is? I was shocked this morning to see that that comment turn up. So Ron, thank you for watching the channel. Really appreciate it. You are an absolute legend. And I did find your comment about the lost model alarms kind of funny. It really did. And the last topic for today is the feature naming. So many of you may remember the names such as Stu's Armpit, the T-Boner, the Bermuda Triangle, Dead Man's Arm, Balls Deeps. Oh, by the way, we did fly through Balls Deep. Let me just go and get a photo of that. Let me go and get the photographic evidence whenever it comes up. There we go. That is classed as Balls Deep because you have to commit to that. So that's the gap which we've been flying through, and both myself and Dave were eyeing it up for quite a while, and we were 50-50 if we were going to get our models through that, and then Dave went through it first, and then Dave's just gone through it, I'm following him through it as well, went straight through it, and then we did it numerous times during the day. So yeah, that kind of gap, it's a bit, you don't really see it there, but there is some branches hanging down there. You've got to get the approach spot on, and I am now personally eyeing up this one over here as well, because if we can do that one looks like even more fun. So yeah, and the reason why we called it Balls Deep, because you have to commit to that kind of approach and that kind of obstacle, because there's no getting out of it. You cannot abort the flight, the flight path, because you're just no way out. So that's why we called it Balls Deep. So yeah, we lost our virginity in Balls Deep. Goodness knows what you must be thinking. We do need to start naming some other sections on the flying site, because we were getting a bit lost in 1 or 2 places. There is a far field which I've kind of nicknamed already, Australia. So you can just imagine the conversations on the flight line. Oh, Matt, I'm over at Balls Deep, and I'm in Suicide Strait at the moment, and I'm going down the long walk home past Australia into the farmer's daughter. You can just imagine the conversations on the flight line. There's going to be a couple more of us up there today. Yeah. Right, but that aside, is that when you've got the goggles on and you're trying to follow one or more pilots around, is that what me and Dave found yesterday is this really did work. Okay, instead of just saying, I think on one of the other flying sites is that I'm down in the back left-hand corner, I'm in the back left right-hand corner, and so I'm by the rugby post and things like that, is that this really did help with communication during the flight. And you're going to find out what kind of effect that had, because if we did miss each other, because in those trees, which we saw a few moments ago, is that we were following each other through the trees. That is something which I've always wanted to be able to do, is do that kind of agility with FPV, and you will see how close we were getting to the trees. And unfortunately, in one instance, I've got the battle scar here to tell you that I did get a bit too close to one of the trees. And by the way, don't worry about smashing up models, okay? I just want to make a point here. It's a piece of foam, okay? As long as nobody gets hurt, okay, it doesn't matter. So what if you've got a really long walk of shame to go and get a model? It doesn't matter. This is the fun with models. It's great fun and this is why I'm really enjoying this hobby, because I used to be a pretty hardcore gamer. World of Tanks, Counter-Strike Source, Team Fortress Classic, Team Fortress 2, you name it, I've probably played it, except for World of Warcraft, because I actually do value my life, because that was just so immersive. But my point being is that playing video games is really good fun, and it's really good fun when you're chatting to your mates. But for this is real life. FPV goggles on the front of that. There's no it's not virtual reality. You're doing this in real life, and if you make a screw up, you got to go and do a long walk of shame to go and get it, or go and climb in a stream to go and pick out a bit of the wingtip which has gone floating off somewhere else. Absolutely brilliant. So anyway, I've completely lost my point, so I'm going to wrap up now. Thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat. Today will be a flying day. I've got to go and put all these batteries on charge, only to go and discharge them again. And that would be classed as happy days. If you are out flying today, I want details. Let us know what you're going to be flying today. And if you're not going to be flying today, I will personally be putting one of these in that model for you. Absolutely bonkers, that is. I do need to get the knife out today. I've got the craft knife on my desk. The reason being is that I've got some thicker 4S batteries. And they don't fit. Again, they're A-spec ones as well. Like I said, I really do rate these batteries. They're very, very good. None of them have puffed. And some of these are... Just look at the state of that one. Okay, that was one of the original batteries which I've bought. This one has been down to 0% more times than I can imagine. And there's just no sign of it puffing in there at all. And it's been in a lot of unscheduled landings, to say the least. So... if you're not out flying today, I will be putting one of these in that model for you and absolutely caning it. And I will be getting the knife out in a minute and trimming out underneath the hood area for two, so that I can get a big 1.3 4S battery in it. And I think it's rated to something like 60, 65C. And it's going to be mad. It's going to be mad. In fact, I had a new Eagle Tree Vector turn up. Now, I might actually get the Vector installed on that wing. And the reason being is because I want to know how fast it's going, because that is one of the fastest models which I've flown. It's up there with that Wing Z84, which I had on 4S previously, which I didn't FPV. And that one has to be easily very, very close. Yeah, it's bonkers. So I might put a Vector in it so we can find out how fast she really, really is going. Could be good fun. So anyway, like I was saying, if you're out flying today, let me know what you're going to be flying. And if you're not, don't worry, a battery will be spanked just for you across the flying site. So with that said, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining me today for today's RC Coffee Chat. And oh, by the way, completely shameless plug. If you would like to see the Maiden, the 4S flight, oh, and I've got some completely unedited flight footage as well. It is about 15 minutes long. That's one of the episodes which I'll get edited up properly and put some commentary on top. That's also over in the Facebook group as well. I'll put a link to the Facebook group in the video description for you too. So with that said, for myself, Matt, it's starting to warm up now. Cheerios!
At the end of every week, each one of us becomes a freak. Tonight the DJ makes us move under the sweat drops from the roof. It's time to let the best